Please give it up for Molly Lyons.
And let's give it up for Ashley. As Ashley said, my name is Molly. So as you can imagine, the time I spent at Coachella was very confusing. I heard my name an awful lot and somehow no one was talking to me. You guys seem like a really smart group, so maybe you guys can help me. What does it mean that I'm the friend that all my friends call when they need someone to drive them home from getting their IUD inserted? Like, I put no effort into this whatsoever, and somehow I've become the go-to. I'm the IUDD. Something about my face just says I can responsibly get you home from a surgical procedure. Any business-minded folks have ideas on how I might monetize that, you can find me after the show. The other thing I'm getting a lot lately is, you look like my childhood babysitter. Which, I mean, that's the sound of all of you being like, you do look like Amy Gunderson. But really, as I've thought about it more, I think it's really just that I generally dress like an extra from my so-called life. So they're not wrong. I look like an approachable girl they knew in the 90s, you know? It's so nice to be here in New York. I don't live here anymore, but I grew up here. My family is here. So yeah, I've had a lot of family time. Anybody else done that emotional obstacle course recently? Can be very fun, also very challenging. I want to be fair though, I don't think my family thinks my point of view is completely without value. I do think they wish I wouldn't open my damn mouth so much. And it is a strange thing to realize that your family feels about you the way the world feels about Lena Dunham. Right? It's okay, she's award-winning, I'll take it. You know, people are weird. You know, we're all weird. And what I find comforting about all of that is that we all do really strange things all the time. But we do kind of the same things, if we were honest with ourselves about it. Like, I noticed that thing in myself recently. You know when you're going out for drinks with someone new, and you're getting to know them, and you find yourself thinking, wow, this person's really great. I'm having a great time. I want to continue doing this. And then you open your mouth to tell them that, and you inexplicably choose to talk about 9/11 for 20 minutes, you know? Like, it's just that very human thing that we all do. We all do it, where you would rather talk about the worst tragedy on American soil in modern history than risk your own emotional vulnerability. I just love that we all do that, right? All of us. People who know me well know that my life coach is the 11-year-old girl I babysit. She's incredible. She, her little brother, really young people in general, I think are on a completely other level now. I mean, they're one of the few things that are keeping me from drowning myself in my bathtub. I'm kidding, guys, baths are disgusting. But if I had to give this younger generation a note, I would have to say I find them a touch unrelatable. A little bit. I mean, I spent most of my teen years trying to figure out how to illegally download the Goo Goo Dolls on Kazaa. And like these kids, like a normal day for them might be like participating in a nationwide nonviolent protest, or like landing a sick burn to the NRA on Twitter, or rhetorically impaling a senator at a CNN town hall. I mean, it is simultaneously exhilarating and demoralizing to watch yourself become outdated in real time. But I think about these kids sort of the way that I think about service dogs, in that everything about service dogs is heartwarming and amazing, except for the moment that you remember that a dog is contributing more to society than you are. Yeah, it's a wild time to be alive, it really is. I mean, with like the decline of our nation as a democracy and the gutting and dismantling of all of our norms and institutions. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it feels a little impossible to imagine I could believe in anything ever again. I don't know about you guys. But when I'm really grappling with that sense of impossibility, I like to think about that moment in the 1999 teen rom-com She's All That, where the school DJ, played by Usher, nonchalantly launches the entire school into a choreographed dance moment at their prom. And when I think about that, really anything feels possible. So I'm gonna say what we're all thinking, Usher 2020. Right, okay. And I think there may be a couple of you who are holding back, and I understand what your concerns are. We've all been following Usher's recent legal troubles. And for the few of you who have not been following Usher's recent legal troubles, let me tell you, he has been sued by several of his former sexual partners for giving them sexually transmitted diseases. Okay. I mean, okay. I'm not here as a Usher apologist, per se, but I do want to say that I think we need to give this guy a little bit of credit. Like, he's always been very clear about who he was. Like, this is a man who put out hits about his confessions, about letting it burn. And so he cheats on his wife and gives a bunch of people herpes, and we're surprised? I mean, in the words of Maya Angelou, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. So if